Jai Hind all of you. I am Dr. Rahul Bansal. So this one is the next video lecture for the electronic devices TIC 301. So let us start. So in this video we will be discussing about the different type of solids, different type of arrangements. Okay. So if I talk about the different type of solids, so these can be further classified as like amorphous solid, polycrystalline solid and single crystal structure, right? So if you see from this diagram, it is clear, like so this arrangement is called as the amorphous solid. So in this you can see a periodic pattern is not available to us. That is, periodicity is maintained for a few atomics. As you can see, the periodicity is maintained for a few atomics. It is not available or it is not present for the whole structure or for the group of atoms. It is only applicable for a few atomics, right? So this type of solids are called as the amorphous solid. Now next is polycrystalline solid. So in the polycrystalline solid, periodicity of the molecule or the atom is maintained for a few group of atoms. As you can see from this diagram, this periodicity is maintained for the few group of atoms. Like this one is like group 1, right, G1. This one is group 2, G2, and this one is group 3. So you can just see the molecules are arranged in a periodic manner, such as like in the group 1 the molecules are arranged in the periodic manner. In the group 2 also the molecules are arranged in the periodic manner. But molecules in the group 1 are independent of the molecules of group 2, or they are not following the path of group 1, right? Similarly, for the case of group 3 also, the molecules are having the different arrangement as to that of G1 and G3, that is group 1 and group 2, right? Next is single crystal. So this was the like this type of solid is called as the polycrystalline solid, right? So in this, periodicity is maintained up to a few group of atoms. Now next is single crystal structure, single crystal solid. So in this type of solid, the periodicity is maintained for the whole crystal structure, right? So in this type of this arrangement, as you can see, this all the molecules or atoms are arranged in the regular pattern. So regular geometrical pattern is there in case of single crystal structure, right? So next is, so this was the introduction that I have like already given to you. That is, next if I talk about the degree of periodicity, so single crystal structure have the highest degree of periodicity. Okay, the region, the single crystal region are called as grains, and these grains are separated from one another by the boundaries, right? So single crystal material have the high degree of order, right? So they have the regular geometrical periodicity throughout the entire material, right? So this was the case of single crystal material, which is like different from the amorphous and the polycrystalline solid. So in the semiconductors, as we have like discussed in the previous videos, like silicon, germanium, we will consider that these materials are hypothetically these are single crystal materials, right? That all the materials, all the atoms or molecules are arranged in regular geometrical pattern, right? Next is space lattice. So what is meant by space lattice? As you can see from this diagram, right? So this is the regular pattern, as you can see. So this is considered to be the single crystal material, right? And this one is the regular pattern. If at all the periodic arrangement of atom is considered, then the periodic arrangement of atom in the crystal, this is called as the lattice, right? So our main goal is to single crystal we should have the regular periodicity, or you can say we should have the regular arrangement of the atoms, right? So if we have the smallest unit, if we have the parameters that are, if we have all the values of parameters of the smallest unit, we know the properties of this smallest unit, we can know the properties and the like parameters associated with this for the whole crystal, right? So this periodic arrangement of these atoms is called as the lattice, right? Next is unit cell, primitive unit cell or unit cell. So we can represent a particular atomic array by the dots. So this is called as the lattice point, right? As we have like discussed also what is lattice. So dots are representing the lattice point, right? So one of the easy mean of repeating the atomic array is by translation, and each point can be translated by a distance. As you can say it is like A, right, in one direction. And if you consider the second non-collinear direction is to be like B, so we can just represent this, right, like this also. So this one is like A direction and this one is like B direction. So we can like represent this. Suppose that it is like a y axis and this one is x axis. Okay. So in y axis we are representing this y like A, and in x axis we are like representing by B. Okay. So these are the two-dimensional array of this. As you can see from this previous diagram also, if you notice this one is like B1, B, this direction is like B, and this direction is A for this particular two-dimensional array of the lattice point, right? Now next is, what is unit cell? So unit cell is the smallest volume of the crystal that can be used to reproduce the entire crystal, right? So if we know the properties and the functionality or parameter values of the unit cell of the any crystal, then we can know about the whole system property or whole material properties. So this is the basic fundamental of using this unit cell. Okay, so this why we are like repeating this for the whole volume? Okay, because this lattice are the three-dimensional actually. So these lattice points are arranged in the three-dimensional patterns. Okay, so in the previous figure we have considered the dot in the two-dimensional, right? So these were the two-dimensional dots, lattice points, but in actual case these are not two-dimensional, these are actually three-dimensional, right? So lattice points are arranged in three-dimensional patterns. Okay, so this fundamental unit is to be considered so that all the three dimensional can be explored, right. So this smallest unit is called as the unit cell, right. So as we have like already discussed, what is unit cell? Unit cell is the smallest volume of the crystal that can be repeated to reproduce the entire crystal. Okay, so unit cell, if I talk about, it is not a unique entity. Okay, so if we take the example of like primitive unit cell, so difference between that primitive cell and unit cell is that primitive cell allow only at the corner of the cell, right. And if I talk about the unit cell, so lattice points are at the corner and it can be at the body, within the body, and it can be at the face. So in the primitive unit cell, all the atom will be there, will be at the corner. But in case of like unit cell, the atom will be there within the body, that is at the center of the body, also at the face of the body, of the face of the unit cell, right. If I talk about the relationship between this unit cell and the lattice, so this is characterized by like three-dimensional vector, that is A, B and C, as you will see in the like upcoming slide, right. So you can just see, this is the three-dimensional view of a primitive unit cell, right. So in the x-axis, if you see, this is like A. In the y-axis, if you consider, so this one is like B, right, and the z-axis it is C. So it is the three-dimensional representation of the unit cell, right. So this can be represented, right, using the three-dimensional like vector by using the mathematical expression, that is R equal to PA plus QB plus SC, where this P, Q, S are the integers, right. Okay, so if we know the property of this unit cell, then we can know about the property of whole crystal, right. So this is the basic fundamental of this unit cell. If we repeat this in the entire three-dimensional view, then we can know about the entire crystal properties, right. So this is the basic fundamental of this unit cell. So next is basic crystal structure. So in this we will be discussing about then how these lattice points are arranged in the space lattice, right. So first is your primitive, or you can say simple cubic structure. So in the simple cubic structure, each corner is occupied by an atom, right. And the interesting thing is that although 8 atoms are there at the corner of this cubic structure, but each corner will occupy by 1/8 of its volume, so that the total volume occupied by the atom inside this cubic structure will be equal to 8 multiplied by 1/8, right. Okay, let me explain to you in the other way, that is 8 corner atoms are there, right. So 8 corner atoms are there. Now each corner atom is occupying the 1/8 of its volume, right. So the total atom that are inside this simple cubic structure is 1 atom. The volume which is equal to 1 atom. Right. So this is the basic fundamental of this this primitive unit cell. Now, if I talk about this, next is body centered cubic. So in this body centered cubic structure, if you see, 1 atom is there at the center, right, and 8 atoms are there at the corner of the simple cubic, right. So we have 8 atoms at the corner and 1 atom at the body, that is at the center of this cube. Okay. If I talk about the corner atom, then as we have like already discussed that 8 corners are there, and each corner atom will occupy 1/8 of its volume, that is 8 multiplied by 1/8 of its volume, right. So total volume occupied by the corner atom will be equal to one sphere or 1 atom unit cell, right. It will be equal to 1 sphere or 1 atom volume occupied by 1 atom, and 1 atom is there at the center, right. So plus 1 atom at the center. In the bracket you can just write here corner, and this is for the center, right. So total atom will be equal to 2 atoms. So 2 atoms will be there at the in this structure that is called as a body centered cubic, BCC, right, is FCC, face centered cubic. So in this face centered cubic, each corner is occupying by the atoms. Each corner is occupied by the atom. How many corners are there? 8 corners are there. And this corner atom will occupy 1/8 of its volume, right. So the total atom at the corner, if I talk about the total atom at the corner, 8 atom multiplied by 1/8, because total volume occupied by this corner atom will be equal to 1/8. So it will be equal to 1 atom at the corner. You can just write down one second, let me rub this, right. So 1 atom will be there at the corner. Now in the FCC, each face is occupied by atoms, okay, that are having half of its volume, okay. So the each face, if you see, How many faces are there? 6 faces are there. First face, let me use a different color pen for this. Green pen. First face, second face, third face, fourth face, and fifth face, and sixth face. 6 faces are there, and each face is occupying the half of its volume, right? So the total volume occupying by this face atoms are 6 multiply by 1 by 2 will be equal to 3 atoms at faces. So 3 atom volume will be there at the faces, right? And 1 atom volume will be there at the corner. So if I talk about the total volume, it will be equal to total volume, it will be equal to 4 atoms. The volume which is occupied by 4 atoms. So this will be the 4 atom volumes in the face centered cubic. So thank you all of you, right? So this was for this video, and in the next video lecture we will be discussing about the efficiency of each arrangement, right? So thank you.